Welcome to the NBA 5 on 5. We are a little bit late with a recap of the 18th game day, but you will see it has a good reason why. And we were working on our tables on the system, how we want to measure the MVP, and we have added some new formulas, even one that we just invented or we think it's great. We will introduce it after a test period, but you will see its results today. Now let's quickly go to a recap of the games played on the 18th game day, which was on Friday, November 5th, 2021. And we had 9 games in total. So those 9 games were as follows. Brooklyn Nets played at Detroit Pistons. Brooklyn won 96-90 by quarters, 28-23, 11-16. Just crazy small number of points in second quarter by Brooklyn. Then the third quarter right away, 39-23, and the last quarter 18-28. A bit strange game, but nevertheless Brooklyn managed to win. Brooklyn is now fourth in conference with a season score of 6 wins and 3 losses on a 4-game winning streak. Detroit is unfortunately on a losing streak of 4 games, is last in conference with a season score of 1 win and 8 losses. Next game, we have San Antonio Spurs at Orlando Magic. San Antonio won 102-89 by quarters, 30-20, 19-16, 23-26, and 30-27. The San Antonio Spurs are 12th in conference with a season score of 3 wins and 6 losses and are on a 1-game winning streak. Orlando is 14th in conference and with a season score of 2 wins and 8 losses and is on a 2-game losing streak. Next game, we have Memphis Grizzlies at Washington Wizards. Memphis lost 87-115 by quarters, 31-35, 16-25, 21-31, and 19-24. As we can hear and see, Memphis lost all quarters. So Memphis Grizzlies are 7th in conference with a season score of 5 wins, 4 losses on a 1-game losing streak, and Washington Wizards are 6th in conference with the season score of 6 wins and 3 losses, and they are now on a 1-game winning streak. Next game, we have Cleveland Cavaliers at Toronto Raptors. Cleveland won 102-101. Just great what Cleveland is delivering, as we think that Toronto Raptors are playing fantastic basketball and all that without their best player, Siakam. So again, Cleveland won 102-101 by quarters, 28-29, 20-28, 26-23, and 28-21. Cleveland in 7th in conference with a season score of 6 wins and 4 losses on a 3-game winning streak, and Toronto Raptors are 8th with a season score of 6 wins and 4 losses and on a 1-game losing streak. Next game, we have New York Knicks at Milwaukee Bucks. New York won 113-98, despite that New York lost the first quarter 19-38, But after that, they picked up and won all second, third, and fourth quarter by 37-25, 32-20, and 25-15. New York are fifth in conference with a season score of 6 wins and 3 losses on a one-game winning streak, and Milwaukee Bucks. Drew Holiday came back, but Middleton is still not playing, and they're 10th in the conference with a season score of 4 wins, 5 losses on a one-game losing streak. Now let's move on to Los Angeles Clippers at Minnesota Timberwolves. Clippers won 104-84 by quarters, 23-33, 24-24, 28-15, and 29-12. Wow. It looks like Minnesota Timberwolves, and I would say also Memphis Grizzlies, the young team got tired, got a little bit lack of inspiration, lack of motivation, just needing a break, not used to this daily tempo and daily games. It seemed like they were a little bit, their top players were a little bit just tired or not motivated, or just didn't know, they still did not figure out how to cope with the routine and offer the best game at any time. So we have Clippers now at 9th in conference with a 4 wins and 4 losses on a winning streak of 3 games, and Minnesota is 11th with a season score of 3 wins, 5 losses on a 4-game losing streak. Next game we have New Orleans Pelicans at Golden State Warriors. New Orleans unfortunately lost 6th game in a row, 85-126 by quarters, 31-38. Not that bad first quarter, but then it just, they could not score. 19-16. They won the second quarter, and then follows 16-34 and 19-38. So the New Orleans Pelicans are last in conference, 15th with a season score of 1 win and 9 losses, as we said, on a 6-game losing streak. And Golden State Warriors are just confirming that they're top candidate for a championship, in my opinion. And they're second in conference with a season score of 7 wins, 1 loss on a 3-game winning streak. Now let's move on to Indiana Pacers against Portland Trailblazers. And Indiana Pacers lost 106-110. And the game score by quarters was as following. Just a second. So by quarters was following: 19-24, 34-35, 30-23, and 23-28. So again, Indiana Pacers lost to Portland Trailblazers 106-110. The Indiana is now 13th in conference with a 3 wins, 7 losses season score on a 1-game losing streak, and Portland Trailblazers are 10th in conference with a season score of 4 wins, 5 losses on a 1-game winning streak. The last game for the 18th game day was Charlotte Hornets at Sacramento Kings, and here we had just a scoring exhibition from Sacramento Kings, which scored 140 points. So Charlotte lost 110-140 by quarters, 22-41, 31-33, 36-32, and 21-34. It looks like Charlotte did not play defense in this game. So the Charlotte is 9th in conference, 5 wins, 5 losses on a 3-game losing streak. They just started so great, and now they're losing the 3 games. So they were 5-2 in the score. And Sacramento Kings are sixth in conference with a 5 wins, 4 loss season score, and they are on a 2-game winning streak. So that would be a quick recap of the games. And now we are going to move on and introduce you our new spreadsheet, and we hope you will love it. So, welcome to official leaders after the 18th game day, after the games played on Friday, November the 5th. So, what we did new is we rearranged the information showing, and we added, as you can see, we added a 5-on-5 MVP race, and we will follow that after each day how it changes. And as we can see, Nikola Jokic is leading the MVP race in our opinion with 41.12 5-on-5 MVP points. The formula for that we will present the formula after a certain test period, just to see how it works over the longer period of time and different games. But nevertheless, we are really satisfied with what is it showing to us. As we can see, the 5-on-5 MVP second in the race is Giannis Antetokounmpo with 39.12 points. Third one is Stephen Curry with 36.96 points. Fourth is Kevin Durant with 36.8 points. After him, fifth, Jimmy Butler with 36.31 points. Chris Paul with 36.11 points. James Harden with 34.88 points. Trae Young with 34.29 points. Julius Randle with 33.96 points. LeBron James is also high on the list with 33.8 points. We can see, and he's still carrying the Lakers by himself. And without him, there is no team game, there is no creativity, and everybody is just trying to do something by themselves, which will not help them in today's game. After that, we have Malcolm Brogdon with 33.46 points. Here, Malcolm is pretty high for that bad and negative score, but nevertheless, he's carrying the Indiana, and his numbers and performance are putting him on the list. Then we have DeJounte Murray, who's also carrying the Spurs with 33.44 points. Then we have Paul George, who's carrying the Clippers with 33.21 points. And Russell Westbrook also managed to sneak on this on this list. But as we said, please let us know what do you think about our proposal, and this would be our official MVP race for MVP leader board. Now we are going to move to as used to efficiency per game. Now, before we start with presenting the leaders in efficiency per game, we wanted to introduce you quickly what you see on your screen. So we have set up information that it shows you in the first segment following categories. First one is 5-on-5 MVP race. Second one is leader in efficiency per game. The third one is PIE. The third one is PER. The next one is fantasy points per game. The next one is box plus minus. And the next one, value over replacement player, WARP. And after that, we have a net rating, and then we have a usage rate, then we have a win share, and then we have a plus minus. We think that these are the most significant percentages, numbers, and they point to excellence. And so this will enable us to just pick up the leaders or see who are the leaders in these segments. After that, we are following all 504 players. After this 18th game day, we have a total of 439 players that had officially played. And so you see that we have a GS for games started, then games played, won, lost, minutes per game, and then the most important segment also is all together by so points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, steals per game, blocks per game, turnovers per game, and then this is also our formula. So we have added two formula of our own, and this is true efficiency scoring percentage, which we developed in a way that we are showing the score in a percentage way of efficiency. So the two points are more efficient than 1 point, and 3 point is a bit more efficient than 2 points. So taking all these things in aspect, we have created this formula, and this we will show this one as well, introduce it to you after a few weeks of testing. And after that, as you see, we have a field goal percentage, we have a 3 point percentage, we have derived a 2 point percentage, so not just the field goals, as we do have field goals as well, as you can see. So we have field goals, 3 points, 2 points, free throws, and then we have a total possessions per game. And then probably you can see what else we are following. So these are some there is some crazy work behind all of this, as you can see. It's a lot of fun. We are trying to keep up, and but we are really enjoying. It is it's going to be a fantastic year. As we see, the players have also picked up with their game styles. We had incredible game tonight, where Denver won with a Jokic block on the last possession of the opposing team. So Houston Rockets. So that was a fantastic game, and now also there is a really good game on Boston Celtics at Dallas Mavericks. So we will do also introduction for every team, and we will try to develop some new forms of interesting presentations and stuff, but with the time. We cannot do it all at once, right? So anyway, let's move on back to efficiency per game. So here, Nikola Jokic is also leading the season after the 18th game day with 35.50 points. After him, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo with 32.11 points. Kevin Durant is at third place with 31.22 points. Rudy Gobert just after him with 29.88 points. Anthony Davis with 29.67. Paul George with 28.13. Jonas Valanciunas 27.80. Jimmy Butler 27.38. Karl Anthony Towns 26.38. Domantas Sabonis 26.30. Julius Randle 26.22. Stephen Curry 26.0. DeMar DeRozan 25.88. DeJounte Murray 25.44 as the Richard Holmes from Sacramento Kings. Now, why are we reading all this is sometimes you don't want to watch, you just want to listen, and we hope it's not going too fast and you can still get a feeling for numbers and have them in your head. So let's move now on to PIE. Leading PIE with significant minutes, 31 minutes, is Nikola Jokic with a PIE of 26. After him, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo with 31.3 minutes and a PIE of 22.1. Just after him, we have Kevin Durant with 21.6 with 34.7 minutes per game. Then Rudy Gobert, 20.90 with 31.4 minutes. Bam Adebayo, 20 with 31.4 minutes, and so on. Now, let's move to a PER. So PER, also Nikola Jokic is leading this segment with significant minutes, 31. After him, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo at second place with a PER of 32.3 with 31.3 minutes. Then after that, we have Jimmy Butler with 34.7 minutes with a PER of 28.5, Kevin Durant with 28.4, and so on. So it is probably pretty clear for you as well that Nikola Jokic is just having a superb season in the moment, and we will now go to fantasy point. All these numbers, except 5-on-5 MVP, and except the formula for true efficiency shooting percentage, which we developed. All other numbers are official numbers from NBA. So in fantasy, NBA fantasy points, leader is Giannis Antetokounmpo with 53.7. After him, Nikola Jokic is here, second place, 53.1. Then we have Anthony Davis with 26.1. Then, Anthony Davis has 51.7. Then we have Paul George with 51.1. There must be a mistake for the Paul George on a PER, which is a really low one. We'll have to check that. So that would be the fantasy points per game leaders. Let's check out the box plus minus. Now, the first player that comes up with significant minutes at the box plus minus is again Nikola Jokic with 14, and then after that we have a few players with just a minimal minutes game time. But the next one coming up is with 11.5 Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then after that we have Jimmy Butler with 9.5, and then we have Kevin Durant with box plus minus 7.8, and so on. So the box plus minus leader is Nikola Jokic as well. So the warp segment, value of replacement player, also Nikola Jokic is leading this segment with 1 score 1. Giannis Antetokounmpo has the same score, also 1. Jimmy Butler 0.8, as Kevin Durant also 0.8. Patty Mills 0.7. Karl Anthony Towns 0.5, as do Rudy Gobert and Stephen Curry. Montrezl Harrell with 4.7, LaMelo Ball 4.3, Harrison Barnes 3.9, Jared Allen 3.8, and we have Al Harford with 6. Why is he not showing up there? We'll have to check. We still have some bugs in our spreadsheet, as we see. No bugs. I was just wrong, as it's really late here in Europe, and I was reading the wrong column, so apologies for that. Now, after the warp, we're going to move to net rating. So the net rating category, as you can see, Nerlens Noel is the first player that comes up with significant minutes, 21.1 minute, with a total net rating of 32.1, which is really, really great. And after that, let's see the first player, next one. We have Derrick Rose, also from New York, with a net rating of 21.7 for 22 minutes. Then after him, we have Donovan Mitchell with a net rating of 19.7 for 32 minutes. Then after that, we have, let's check out the next player with significant minutes, Jordan Yang, maybe with 22.5 minutes for 76ers, with 16.2. Andre Drummond is also above him with 16.4 for 18.1 minute. Then we have Kyle Lowry with a net rating of 15.5 for 31.3 minutes, and so on. So you can see those would be the net rating leaders. Now let's check out the players with the highest usage rate. First one that comes up with significant minutes is Donovan Mitchell with a usage rate of 35.2%. After him, we have Luka Doncic with 34.9, Giannis Antetokounmpo with 34.4, Patty Mills with 34.2, Bradley Beal 33.8, Caris LeVert from Indiana Pacers with a usage rate of 32.5, Don Washington Jr. also from Indiana. I know they're in Don Washington Jr. did not play enough minutes to fall in the category. But then we have Kevin Durant with 32.3, and the list goes on. Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Ja Morant, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Trae Young, and Nikola Jokic. So as you can see, the usage rate is also giving us some perspective and showing the top players. But we would like to add here our opinion about what is a star and what is a superstar, and what's the main difference between stars, or what does a star need to be a superstar. So basically a star player is a unique player with extreme high quality of many aspects of the game. But to be a superstar player needs to have the ability to make all other players around him better with him than they are without him. So the player has to have, let's say, this Michael Jordan effect, or this is why you have Jokic so low. It is showing his superstar quality, as he is trying and developing all his players, and all players with him on the court are giving more than their 100% possibility, due to his ability to get them better. So there are few players like this. We will also comment on that aspect, and I'll give my opinion on who I see as superstars and why and so on. But we will also wait a bit to see how everything evolves, how the players and teams are adapting on a new Wilson Ball, on new rules, and on how the new rosters are working out. All these aspects are needed for a serious opinion about team and so on. So let's check out two more things: win share and plus minus, and then we will wrap it for today. So leading the win share segment is Jimmy Butler with a 2.0 score. Nikola Jokic second place 1.8, Giannis Antetokounmpo 1.7, sharing that place with Montrezl Harrell from Washington, Rudy Gobert from Utah Jazz. Then we have Kevin Durant with 1.6, and on the list following Harrison Barnes, Jarrett Allen, Richaun Holmes, Stephen Curry, DeMar DeRozan, Anthony Davis, OG Anunoby, and so on. And let's check the last segment, which is plus minus. As you can see, the plus minus leader after the 18th game day is Donovan Mitchell with a score of plus minus 12.3. After him, we have two New York players, Nerlens Noel and Derrick Rose. Nerlens Noel has a 12 plus minus for 21.1 minutes per game. Derrick Rose has 10.6 for 22 minutes per game. Kyle Lowry is after that with 10.3 for 31.3 minutes per game. And we want to add that Noel played only 2 games, so that is also something to think about, as it's more difficult to keep the scores over more games. Then we have Derek Jones Jr. with 10.3, Aaron Gordon, 2 Denver Nuggets following Aaron Gordon with 9.9, and Nikola Jokic with 9.6, Stephen Curry with 9.5, as does Royce O'Neal from Utah Jazz have, and so on. So we are hopeful that you enjoyed our new spreadsheet, and that is giving you more information in a better way. And if you would like to check out some of the numbers, you can pause the video and take a look at it. If you would like to hear about certain players or have another interest, please do not hesitate to pose a question, and we will try to give you our best possible and honest answer on it. And we are also experimenting with new techniques of video taking, and we'll need time to get better in those. So we wish you a great night. In the moment, Dallas is leading 73-65 in third quarter, and they were leading in first quarter by 11, and then after that by 14 points. They lost it a bit. Now they're picking up again. So also interesting game, but we will let you know tomorrow about the games that are just being played. So we wish you a great game day, and until the next time, please don't forget, of course, to subscribe. And until next time, see you soon. Bye.